So I'm Scott Newitt. I own part of Firefly Distillery with my wife and my partner and his wife. We make distilled spirits. We make vodkas, rums, whiskeys, moonshine. So I started in the liquor wine business in 1989, working for Gallo Winery. I spent 11 years with them, learning how to market wines and spirits. And then I learned how to market those through distributors because it's a pretty regulated business. And then I learned how to buy labels and bottles and source and things like that. And then in 2000, they moved me 6 times. They were a great company. I was having kids, fell in love with Charleston. My wife's from Savannah. I grew up outside of New Orleans. We decided we wanted to raise our kids here, so I went to work for one of my customers, which was a distributor. I got to go spend weekends with these folks that own these breweries and wineries, and I really was drawn toward a family business where you actually created something. You weren't just a middleman. So I met my partner in 2003. He's a winemaker, and in 2005, he and I decided to make our first vodka, which was made out of his wine, which is a muscadine wine flavored vodka named Firefly. We were the very first muscadine wine flavored vodka. So it really wasn't about taste. We used the muscadine as a vermouth. So what we were making was a vodka that you really could pour on the rocks or make a martini without a vermouth. And then I was on a wine trip in California. I got friends that own Saintsbury Winery, and they would let me use they have a house in the vineyard, and I would just stay there for the week and go have business meetings with wineries. And a friend of mine who owns Charbet Distillery in California came and showed me his new green tea vodka, and I said, "Marco, I'm gonna borrow your idea, but I'm gonna make sweet tea vodka." He goes, "I don't know what sweet tea is." So I called my partner and on my flip phone in 2007 or 6 and said, "Jim, you're real good friends with Bill Hall, who owns the tea plantation down the road from your winery. Let's buy his tea and make sweet tea vodka." And he was silent, my partner, and then he'll tell you he thought it was the dumbest idea I ever heard of, but he made it, and then we introduced it around tax day of 2008, and it exploded. It was crazy. From 2009 to 2019, we came out with new vodkas because when we started, we had sweet tea vodka. And we had 2 sizes. We had 3 sizes, 750, liters, and half gallons. And that's not a big presence on a shelf. You're going to get lost. So we came out with mint tea and raspberry tea and peach tea so that we could create, a billboard when you walk into a liquor store. And then, like anything that goes up fast, the consumer moves more frequently now. So, we're doing great volume, but we weren't growing. So in 2011-12, we decided to come out with Moonshine because, you put fireflies in a mason jar. It made all the sense in the world, and Moonshine was a hot category. So from 13 to, we're still doing Moonshine, but the innovations we made were, let's go from vodka, and still do a lot of vodka. It's our number 1 seller, sweet tea vodka. But we went to Moonshine, and that got us into whiskey. And that also got us into bourbon because our Moonshine is White Dog. It's a white bourbon that's not been aged. So we put 5 or 6 barrels away in 2013, then we put 25 away in 14, and now we got a barrel warehouse with about 350 barrels, and we're selling 7 and 8 year old bourbon. So the space here, when we were designing it, or we were meeting with everybody, I said, I want to be a county park that sells booze and makes booze. And so we have 16 acres. I have a field that's 5 acres. That's for kids are throwing frisbees on Saturdays. We have live music on Saturdays. We have they're playing cornhole. It's a place for families to come, and then they can also come do a tour and a tasting. We're in Park Circle, which I like to say is the Brooklyn of Charleston. It's really the center of Charleston, the whole Tri-County area now, with everything that's going on in Somerville, and we have 300 parking spots. We have events every weekend. It's really, we're just a part of the community, and we're also a distillery.